Michigan State has to play near flawlessly. They can't turn it over. They can't commit penalties. And they can't make just boneheaded mistakes. And every game, this is what their downfall is when they lose. And the special teams errors are particularly frightening. You're taking on a team like Michigan that is extraordinarily well disciplined. They've committed 16 penalties all year. They're taking on a team that protects their quarterback. And J.J. McCarthy, I think he's set up to have a breakout game. I think Michigan State can stop the run. They've done a good job of that this year. You don't really run against the Spartans. But the other side of that is then you expose yourself to the pass. And Michigan's receivers have started to get better. Roman Wilson is pretty good. Mm-hmm. Cornelius Johnson is good. They've got guys they can throw to. The tight end is awfully good as well. And Donovan Edwards out of the backfield is good too. The problem with Michigan State, one of the many problems with them, is that they don't get pressure on the quarterback. I believe they have 14 sacks this year. Maybe you want to put this in your bucket.
Okay.
They have 14 sacks this year, but only half of those have come from the defensive line. So that means that the reason they're getting any pressure, and 14 is not a lot to have through this many games, is because they're bringing pressure from a safety or a linebacker, corner blitz, whatever the case is. But they're just not getting the job done to get after the quarterback.
So the path to victory for an upset often goes through special teams, which are not solid for Michigan State, often goes through mistakes. Michigan is number one in the country in penalties committed. Michigan State's 116th. So it's hard to craft. When I did the deep dive into Michigan State, the special teams errors that were just avoided were also potentially catastrophic. They're just going to have an out-of-body experience. And I always think of Rocky Lombardi to Ricky White 9 times or whatever it was. But, Jay Johnson was the offensive coordinator back then. Michigan's aware of it. So
now if Michigan State wants to slow things down, maybe they can run the ball. Don't get too cute with it. Just be straightforward with it. And Nathan Carter's a good running back. Michigan at times has had some drives and they've let teams run the ball on them. And if they can do that and sustain it, try to control the clock a little bit, that can work. Now, if Michigan State decides to go with no huddle and try to rush things, I just think that's a disaster.